Welcome to another episode. Today, we're not going to be as serious about feelings and this and that. Today, we're going to talk about Cam Newton and his deal with the New England Patriots. If you don't know who Cam Newton is, he was he went to Auburn University. He was a starting quarterback for 1 year at Auburn University. Won the national championship. Was the number one overall pick in the 2011 draft to the Carolina Panthers. And he's been the quarterback there since. This is his first year not being a part of that team and not being the starter of that team. Um, Recently, he just signed a $1.75 million, $1.75 million contract for 1 year with the Patriots. A lot of people are mad about it, especially black people, which I get. Trust me, I understand why you're mad about the situation. I get it completely, and I'm mad too, just how it transpired. Not really mad at the situation that he's in now, but just how the whole thing transpired. The bottom line, the Panthers did him dirty. They could have released him a long time ago, way before this COVID, all this started. They could have been released him if they, because they knew that's what they wanted to do. If you have the thought of doing it, more than likely you're gonna do it. So that's the first thing. That's who I'm mad about is the Panthers, how they handled the situation and waited until like the last absolute minute, basically, to say, "Oh yeah, good luck, you're released." The guy who took you to the Super Bowl, who won an MVP that year, who almost gave you the best record in the NFL history, he was 2 games short of that. And that's how you treat him just because he was injured. Especially, he was injured for 2 years, and that's how you treat him. Now, I understand you're paying him a lot of money, and he just wasn't playing to the standard of what you were expecting for him. I understand that completely, and would even agree with that. He didn't play to the standard of what you were expecting from him. But it's an injury. You can't. It's not something you can help. If you get injured, you get injured. I mean, that's just what it is. But the fact that you took all day, all year to release him, or even try to find him a suitable next step for him, says a lot about your organization. How even though you just got a new owner and probably get new management, all that, got new coaches, it shows how immature you all are. Shows how immature this business is. All these businesses are. A guy gave his life to that team. His life to that team. And that's how you treat him? That's how you treat him? And he sat in free agency all through the last couple of months. February, March, April, May. Finally got a deal in June. Probably for the Patriots. Probably the Patriots trying to take a little bit of heat off what they did earlier, which I don't understand why you would film the Browns and the Bengals. Why that would be on your list of teams to film, but whatever. They admitted to doing it, so that's that, I guess. But he got a steal, a literal steal. Like, even if Cam Newton doesn't perform well, you got a MVP caliber quarterback for less than $2 million. Less than $2 million in this day and age. Less than $2 million. When Patrick Mahomes just signed for $50 million a year, basically. or well, I think 45. You know, around 45, $50 million a year for 10 years. And you got him for $1 million. Now, I'm not saying the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl, but the best coach ever in the NFL football, the best coach ever for football, plus a player that's in his prime. Let's not forget, 31 is right in the middle of your prime. Your prime for like sports is like 28 to like 35. That's an athlete. That's a pro athlete's prime. That's when you're at the strongest they'll ever be. They're at the smartest I'm not the smartest they'll ever be, but they're at the smartest. They're at the quickest. They're everything. Their muscles, their body is just at its natural prime state. Obviously he's gonna get a huge, way bigger deal next year, based off how he plays this year. But I'm just saying, like, even if he doesn't play, I don't even think, even if he doesn't play that well, like, even if they go 8-8 or whatever, he still will end up on someone's roster making a lot more than that. Especially coming from all the surgeries he went through. Yeah, he's definitely going to be making some bank next year. No matter where he's playing. I don't think any team would have passed that. I don't even think the Chiefs would have passed that up. Like, you get to have Patrick Mahomes and then his backup as Cam Newton for a year for $2 million, less than $2 million. Like, he can't make up to like $7 million on his deal with incentives and stuff like that. If he plays all the games or whatever and does so well, gets to the playoffs or this, that, and third, he can make like up to $7.5 million. But that's still that's for a billionaire, that's throwaway money. There you go. Like, literally, that's $1 million is probably what Robert Kraft uses to wipe his ass. $1 million? That's all he wants? I gotta take the label off it. But and like I was saying, Cam Newton, he's now with the greatest coach that probably ever coached football. So, I mean, that's kind of a win-win situation. He may not be getting the financial part, but he's not stupid. I'm sure he's got a couple businesses in Carolina, wherever else. I'm sure he's got a couple businesses, so I'm sure he's got money, and plus he's not losing his advertisement deals, so he's not broke. But he has a chance of, like, you know how much he just elevated the Patriots' chance of winning the Super Bowl? Like, they weren't even the favorite in the AFC East. I think that's their conference or division. They weren't even the favorites in the AFC East before he got there. And now people are talking about, oh yeah, him and Brady, or Belichick and Brady now have a real chance of meeting in like the conference final, whatever it's called for football. But yeah, I just kind of want to keep it short, but I just wanted to talk about that. Oh, his contract is ranked 918th in the NFL, 918th. And he's going to be one of the starting quarterbacks, one of 30 starting quarterbacks. Or 32, whatever many teams there are. And he's getting paid 918th. I'm not mad at Patriots for what they did. I'm not mad at it because they were doing business. Cam Newton didn't have to sign that. If he didn't want to play for that much amount of money, he didn't have to sign it. So there was no point in being mad at something he signed. He knew what he was doing. No one forced him to sign the contract. No one forced him to go to the meeting. He knew what he was doing. So, I mean, I can't be mad at what what happened, because he signed it. He signed it. He a grown ass man. He signed it. But I'm gonna get up on out of here. Yep. Follow, subscribe, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Subscribe, like, comment what you think I should talk about next. Doesn't matter what it is. Follow me, Big Papa Russell. IG, Jovid23 _. And you all have a great day.